Initially, when my cousin and I, we made a couple of trips, checking out the landscape and decided that we were going to definitely give it a shot. So initially we went in there as private investors looking at, individual opportunities. And that was a kind of a big disaster simply because we went in there very green and we were just not really, as we call it, we didn't have our MBA in being in Africa yet. So we learned some hard lessons, took some losses in some individual projects. I mean, we invested into a palm oil plantation, which was it was a complete disaster. We lost about $500,000 in that investment simply because of the logistics involved and just understanding how we do things in Africa from a work perspective, and a lot of lessons learned. So that's pretty much takes me to kind of where I am right now with the whole journey in Liberia and with Gemini. So yeah.
I mean, that had to be not a small package if you just mentioned that. You lost $500,000, on the Palm expedition. So
no, the package wasn't that. Trust me.
Okay.
It wasn't that. It was just, it was a combination of investors. There was a few of us that sort of joined in for this one, but it was kind of like over time, just sort of bleeding cash into it and then just not getting the returns from it. But yeah, it was a lesson learned. And I think it was an important lesson for us, for us to sort of take that step moving forward.
So what did you do with that $500,000 lesson afterwards? Did you continue in agriculture, or did you take a different opportunity afterwards?
Well, it led us to actually sort of mitigating our sort of individual investment risks to say, okay, well, maybe we can actually look at, creating a fund and sort of, I guess, if you want to call it, just, utilizing the failures and the lack of success in how we approach the whole investment, environment. And then just use, if you hate to say this, but use other people's money as a sort of basis of investing. And that way we can obviously maybe even at some point in time look at our whole investment strategy and the way we go about, putting that investment into work, and just literally realizing that there's a lot of due diligence and a lot of sort of checks we have to put into place moving forward, simply because we realize how risky the environment could be. So yeah, it was that 500,000 loss was definitely a key for us to figure out how we change our strategy a little bit.